This recording will highlight some features of the two peripheral blood smears. A blood smear is called a peripheral blood smear because the sample of blood is taken by pricking the end of a finger or an earlobe, and a drop of blood is put on the slide, and then a smear is made, as you have or will learn in the lecture on the peripheral blood. And this first annotation is simply showing you the best area to view the specimens. I'm just going to use the annotations to quickly highlight. If we choose the lymphocyte, you will see we're pointing out a lymphocyte that you would need to learn the features of, as well as the percentage of the lymphocytes and all the granulocytes and agranulocytes, the leukocytes in the peripheral blood. You can learn that from the lecture. And then here's a large platelet and a small platelet. The next annotation is a monocyte, showing you the features of a monocyte with vacuoles, a large cell. Look at the micron marker bar here that is about 17 micrometers in diameter, and if you measure that on top of the cell, then this monocyte is around 17 or 18 microns in diameter. A very large cell, the largest leukocyte. And then if you go to the neutrophil, you will see the features of a neutrophil. Now in the next blood smear, in a moment, I'm going to show you a neutrophil that's a little bit more typical. The cytoplasm is a little bit more pink than you usually see because it's overstained. The red blood cells are a little bit darker than they usually are. So I'm going to go to the next one and continue this video after I pause it. So here's the second peripheral blood smear. It's taken at the area, the snapshot where, or the virtual slide at the thinnest area. And if we click on going to the neutrophil, you see this is just a little bit more typical of the staining reaction of the neutrophil. Now, if you look real closely, you can see that there are some granules because it does have, but they do not stand out like the eosinophil granules or the basophil granules. So that's why it's called a agranulocyte. If we go to the basophil, then you can see by contrast how these granules, now you're learning in lecture not only how to identify this, but also its function and what those granules contain. And then here is the eosinophil, and you can see that's pretty dramatic. If I artificially enlarge this, well, actually this is 68%, so I can enlarge it one more step, or if I use the Z key and make a marquee, I can even see a enlarged artificial magnification with no increase in resolution. Use this to study both of these specimens, to study the peripheral blood smear and be able to identify all of the cell types, the platelets, the percentages of the leukocytes within the blood, the number of erythrocytes per cubic millimeter, and so forth, as you learn in lecture.